Ah, the job interview. I mean, just saying the words can make your heart beat a little faster, right? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to take all that anxiety and flip it into some real, solid confidence. Let's dive in and figure out how to master this thing together. You know, if you said yes to that, you're definitely not alone. Feeling nervous is completely normal. But here's a little secret. What if we stopped trying to just survive the interview and instead we changed how we think about it completely? Yeah, instead of some scary test that you can pass or fail, just think of it as a conversation. This is your chance, your stage, to tell your story and show them exactly what you can do. And the key to owning that stage? It's all about preparation. And that brings us right to our first big idea, preparation. Look, real confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And the foundation for all of it is just doing your homework. It works because it gets rid of all those unknowns, you know? The things that make us nervous. It puts you back in control. So what does that prep actually look like? Well, you've got to dig into the company. What's their mission? Who are you actually talking to? Then you line up your accomplishments with exactly what they're looking for in the job description. Get some of your own smart questions ready. And yeah, even plan what you're going to wear and how you're getting there. Every single one of these steps sends a message that says, hey, I'm serious about this. Okay, so let's hit fast forward. You're in the room, you've done the handshake, and then it comes. The question that almost always kicks things off and can really set the tone for the entire conversation. So, tell me about yourself. It sounds so casual, right? But get this, up to 80% of interviews start with this exact question. If you're not ready for it, it's a super easy place to get tripped up. But if you are ready, it becomes your golden opportunity to grab the wheel and start telling your story your way right from the jump. So how do you nail it? Easy. Just use this simple formula. Present, past, future. You start with your present, what you're doing right now. Then you connect it to your past, the key experiences that brought you to this point. And you finish strong with the future, why this specific job is the perfect next move for you. And here is a major pro tip. Keep it short and sweet. Seriously, this isn't your whole life story, it's your highlight reel. You should be aiming for about 90 seconds, 2 minutes at the absolute most. Every single thing you say should tie your skills directly back to the job they're trying to fill. All right, you've crushed the opening. Now we're getting into those other common questions. And let's talk about the one that really gets people stuck. So, what are your greatest strengths and weaknesses? What they're really asking here is about your self-awareness. For your strengths, you want to be specific, make sure they're relevant to the job, and then prove it with a quick example. For weaknesses, please skip the cliche answer like, oh, I'm just too much of a perfectionist. Be honest about a real area for growth, but, and this is key, immediately talk about what you're doing to get better at it. This is a fantastic example. It's honest, right? It names a real challenge, time management. But it doesn't just leave it hanging there. It immediately pivots to action, to growth. That's how you take something that could sound negative and turn it into a positive story about your professional development. And now we come to the end of the interview. Right when you think you're done, they flip the script and say, so, do you have any questions for us? Let me be clear, this is not just them being polite. This is your final chance to make a great impression. The absolute worst thing you can say here is, nope, I think you covered everything. It just screams a lack of interest and curiosity. Asking good questions shows that you're engaged, you've been listening, and that you are interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. So what's a smart question? For now, I'd stay away from things like salary or vacation time. Instead, you want to ask strategic questions. Ask about the role, the team, the challenges. It shows that you're already thinking about how you can succeed there. It shows you don't just want any job, you want this job. Okay, so let's bring it all home. We've walked through the whole game plan, from the prep work you do beforehand all the way to that final critical moment. If you're going to remember just 3 things from all this, make it these. First, change your mindset. It's a conversation, not a test. Second, structure your answers, especially that opener. Remember, present, past, future. And third, always ask smart questions. It proves you're in it to win it. So remember, your next interview isn't a test you have to pass, it's just a conversation about what you could do together. So the only real question left is, what are you going to say? Go get 'em.